Hello, people. It is day 14. Today, it's different. I'm not telling a story. I'm going to be answering some questions that I have received. So, it is question and answer today. I have collated some questions, about 10 of them, that some parents have asked me, like a pool of common questions that parents ask. And I decided to answer those questions. It's possible that someone would find an answer to a question that you've asked or you've been wondering or bothered about. So I have collected them and I've collated them, and I want to answer as much as I can, quite briefly, because we don't have all the time. Yes. But I would also say you can reach out to me with your questions after this session. Yes, that would form the basis of my next question and answer session, so that I can be able to answer your own unique questions. So, the first question I have here is: my child is smart, but they don't just like school. What can I do? Now, this parent says the child is smart but doesn't like to go to school. And I'll say something. It is common, more common than you think. Sometimes school doesn't match your child's learning style. Yes, the school you have chosen, most of the schools that we have only kind of favor auditory learners. So visual learners, kinesthetic learners struggle to learn. But here at the Genius Child Academy, we teach you how to identify whether your child is a visual learner, auditory learner, or a hands-on learner. Because when learning is tailored to a child's need, the school becomes less of a burden and more of an adventure. The child begins to look forward to going to school. So it's quite common. And that is why I will let you know that not every school is meant for your child. And it's not about how expensive or how high up there the school is. No, that's not what should determine the school that your child should go to. At the academy too, we have a checklist. We have like a term, like a guideline on how to select, how to know the schools that is right for your children. We have that. We have so much that you would enjoy and learn and grow from. The second question quickly would be: what if I am failing as a parent? Every parent feels that at some point. But failing isn't about making mistakes, it's about giving up. You're here today because you care, and that already makes you a winning parent. At the academy, we give you practical tools to turn that love into effective strategies. You're listening to me today because you care. You are interested because you care. And that care, even if it is masked in frustration, in curiosity, in confusion, is all we need to make the difference in your parenting. So you're not failing, you're winning. The third question is: how do I handle homework battles every evening? Yes. How do I handle homework battles every evening? Um, well, I would say homework shouldn't be war zone. Break it into smaller chunks. Use short breaks as rewards and make it fun when possible. So what I mean is you can use the 5-15-5 rule. What that does is 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes to ask your child, how was your day? What interested you today? How are you? The next 15 minutes to do actual work focus. And the last 5 minutes for rewards and appreciation to say, good job. That was it. You did well. You gave it your best and everything. You must prioritize appreciating efforts over results. So if your child is putting in the work, Even if you don't see the results you want, you must appreciate that effort. So, um, there is also a guideline on homeworks that we have in the academy. Um, you reach out and we let you know how you can get it. The next question is, what if my child is always compared to others and feels less of themselves? So the question is, who does this comparison? I want to know, is it your child comparing themselves, or you comparing, or a teacher comparing? I will start with saying, make sure it's not you. And if it is your child, yes, comparison could, come up even among siblings, when your child feels, oh, this person can do this, I can't do this, and all of that. But I must say something to you. Comparison steals joy. I always remind parents, every child has a different timeline. The key is to highlight what your child can do well. We help parents here nurture confidence by focusing on progress, not comparison. So, you need to identify the strength of your child, what your child can do well. Then, if it is your child who is trying to do the comparison, focus that child on his or her unique strengths. Yes, this person can do this, but you too can do this. When the thing is, whatever you focus on amplifies. So when you focus on you don't build from weakness to strength, you build from strength to weakness. Many times you want to build from weakness to strength, so you want to keep talking about the weaknesses, hoping that it will make them get better and get strong. No, you speak on their strengths, and with that energy and everything, they begin to work on their weaknesses. So the focus is on their strengths. So whoever is going to take you to stop comparison, then that is what I would encourage you to do. The next question, the number 5 question says, can faith really help us in parenting challenges? I would say yes. Yes, faith can. Faith keeps you grounded. Proverbs 22:6 is a favorite scripture I have on this journey. It says, train up a child in the way they should go, not the way the society says. So faith reminds us that that God has designed each child with purpose. And our role as parents is to guide that purpose. So we are to train up our children in that way. So, and then there are times that it can be really, will I say, overwhelming. Our faith in God also keeps us going and strong at those times. We begin to rely on His strength, draw from His strength, and not, keep it to just our own abilities and strength and all of that. So yes, faith can help. Knowledge is also very important. So what I mean by knowledge is right knowledge, systems, tools, strategies also helps. A blend of all of this produces the results that we look forward to. The next question is, my child is gifted but easily distracted. Any advice? Yes, I would say gifted children often think faster than they can focus. So, create short, stimulating activities and give them outlets for creativity. At the Genius Child Academy, we provide parents with brain based strategies that channel distraction into productivity. So, you would learn how to turn that burst of energy into something productive. It's about channeling. So you're not to kind of quench that fire in your child, no, but you are to nurture it, guide it, so that it is used for the child's advantage. The next question is, what if I don't have enough time? I work long hours. Yes, so this is coming from a parent that um is worried about work and the time they are devoting to their parenting. Here I would say quality over quantity. Even 15 minutes of undistracted intentional time daily can make a huge difference. The truth is that in parenting, quantity and quality is important. They are very important. But in a case where you don't have all that time, which is usually the case with most parents, I would say quality matters. So, what I mean is, while because most times you can be planning a vacation, I need to take some leave from work, I need to shut down everything and do this parenting thing. Rocher, while you are planning that, it's good to plan that. But the thing is, you could plan, and somehow, because the world goes very fast. So while you're planning, you can decide that I'm going to respond calmly each time, no matter how upset I am. I'm going to look my child in the eye and say, I love you regardless of anything, and nothing you ever do can change that. I'm going to answer my child even when I feel like shutting them up. These are very little things that matter. Then, like I said, quality would also mean undivided attention, keeping your phone, shutting down the television, even if it is for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes every day. So while I am saying this is, it would build on the law of compounding. You do it today, you do it tomorrow, you do it next tomorrow, you do it for 3 months, you do it for 3 years. Your child knows that every day I have this contact that with my parents, with my mother, with my father, that means the world to both of us. Nothing else, just two of us. If you can build that, you will discover that you have built something tangible, even with not having a lot of time. So it's about looking into that busy schedule and asking yourself, is it early in the morning? Of course, it shouldn't be on your terms, because most times, we expect that our children should understand that we are busy. We are kind of trying to make a living for them and all of that. I will say something. As hard as it is, you are the parents and they are the children. So they may not be able to grasp life the way you would expect that they should. Because many times we expect our children to think like we would think and understand the sacrifices we are making. They don't understand that. What they know is my mom was there to read a bedtime story, or my mom was there to give me a hug, or my dad was there to listen. That's what they know. Or my mom always shuts me up. My mom never has time for me. So, whatever you're going to do to make sure that you have these undivided times, I could say you could structure it into um family times. So it could be meal time. You could make meal time, maybe dinner time sacred. So when it is not time for dinner, we all eat at the same spot. We all eat our night food at the same time and at the same spot. Whatever that is going to work for your family, you look at it, you check it out, and then you work it out and say, I'm going to be doing this at this particular time every day, and it is going to be no screens, everybody there, and all that. The next question says, how do I deal with teachers who don't see my child's potential? How do I deal with teachers who don't see my child's potential? Well, I would say advocacy is a part of parenting. You are your child's first voice. So document your child's strengths, share them with their teachers, and request specific support. Here we guide parents on how to confidently communicate with schools without feeling intimidated. So communicate, what you can see in that child. Don't be the one complaining, and don't be the one, dragging your child. Most of us drag our children. This child is like this, we drag them to the teachers, we drag them everywhere and all of that. No, don't be the one believing, be the one confessing the right things. Yes. So the next question says, what if I don't know my child's talent yet? Aha, that's important. That's okay. Discovery is part of the journey, and that's why we are here. Observe what excites them, even in play. Do they like building, storytelling, solving puzzles? At Genius Child Academy, we help parents uncover hidden gifts through structured activities and assessments. So we are here and we'll be able to figure that out. And then the last question, I put that one. It says, how do I know if the Genius Child Academy is right for me? How do I know if the Genius Child Academy is right for me? If you're a parent who wants more peace in your home, confidence in raising your child, and practical tools to unlock your child's genius, then yes, it is for you. We don't replace parents, we equip them. And every child deserves that chance. All right, see you in our video tomorrow. Bye.